Welcome back, everybody. This is the Johnny Mare, and I'm continuing with Resident Evil 2, the Leon B scenario. So last time we got to the laboratory underneath Racoon City, and now we are going to continue towards the end of the game, which means we have to activate the power in this area and head downward in order to find the power room key that will allow us to get the last few kind of items that we need in order to advance to the final battles of the game and get out of Racoon City. So those of you that have, of course, been following the series, you know what has to be done here. We have to head into this little room here with the ice on the doors, and that is because there is a superconductor in here. In order to activate the superconductor, we need to use this little fuse up here. Now I'm going to be skipping the first aid spray because basically I don't need it at this point, but if you need the first aid spray, feel free to grab it. And we're going to enter the fuse case into this machine here, and it's going to add the superconductor fuse into it. So apparently, in order to use a super kind of conductor fuse, it has to be at very, very low temperatures. That's what I gather from this particular room in this particular game. Now, I'm not an expert, of course, when it comes to this sort of thing, so I'll just take the game's word for it. Because why would they lie, right? Why would they create something like this that didn't need to actually be done this way? Now, once you exit this room, what you can do is actually head all the way out to the middle of the area, and that will allow you to enter the superconductor fuse, and that will reactivate the power. And you'll know that the power is reactivated because all of this red light will actually turn blue. So there you go. So now we have power again. Now, you don't have to head back this way yet, but I'm going to show you what's in the room back here. Now, it's a room that we had to access with Claire in order to get the vaccine, in order to save Sherry. But in Leon's scenario, we don't have to come back here yet. In fact, you don't have to come back this way at all if you don't want to. And apparently, we're going to activate this shutter. I thought we had to use the keycard for, but we don't have to. And those of you who might remember that the door on the end of the hallway there, in order to access that, we have to actually use the computer and enter our fingerprint. And there are some plants in here. I don't think there are any items in here, so there's really no reason to come in here if you're Leon. All there is death. But you know, I'll show off the room. And the loudness of the shotgun. Again, apologize for that. The shotgun is very loud. And we're going to be getting the Magnum as well very soon, the upgraded Magnum. And that is very loud as well. So if you are wearing headphones, sorry about that. But we have killed the plants. They're still going to whip us on the ground if given the opportunity. We're going to activate this switch. And this is the vaccine machine that you can use in order to get the vaccine. But as I said, with Leon, there's not really anything in here. Well, is there? Oh, well, there's Magnum bullets. So if you really want Magnum bullets, you can come in here. You can kill these stupid plants. And that's that. But we are going to be coming back this way because once we get to the other end of the lab, there is the room that allows us to enter our fingerprint, and that will allow us to open the door to the right here. But for now, we're going to continue onward. We have done pretty much all we can do up here, so now we need to head down. And I'll actually get to show off the flamethrower for the first time, because there is a plant that's waiting for us when we open this door up here. Now, the plants that are on the other side of the door right here, I'm not going to use the flamethrower on. I'm actually just going to use the shotgun. But at the bottom of the area, there's actually, jeez, another plant. It's a little bit easier to get to with the flamethrower. So I'm gonna keep shooting until you hear that kind of withering sound, and that is the sign that the plants have kicked the bucket. But they're still gonna whip you. Luckily, the whipping doesn't do a lot of damage. So once we head through this door, that is where this plant is, and we're gonna burn it. See? Works pretty well when you get a chance. The problem is, basically, you have to have a little bit of time in order to use the flamethrower. Otherwise, what happens is the enemies have a chance to hit you, and especially these enemies, they'll actually poison you. So you gotta be very careful with that. But we grabbed a couple of herbs there. Now we're gonna head down the ladder and continue onward. We have a very disgusting looking massive tree there. For some reason, the G virus or T virus, the modified T virus, the G virus, it seems to add eyes to things. Hello there, Mr. Liquor. Goodbye, Mr. Liquor. And that's not the only one, as you can see. Stupid little claw. So we're gonna try to get it to come after us. Apparently that did not activate it, so we're gonna walk very slowly and shoot it in the butt. Okay. Let's be careful here. We don't want to get decapitated by a liquor. Oh man. Really? I got both of them? Huh. Alright, well. As you can see, there are 2 herbs here, but we do not have the inventory space to pick them up. This is the door that you go through as Claire, but it is not of interest to us as Leon. So we're going to continue into this next room, which is actually a save room. Although we don't get the save room music. So if you access the mainframe here of the computer, it'll give you a map of the laboratory area. And then I'm going to do some inventory management to get rid of all of this crap that I'm currently carrying. Alright, so I cleared out everything. All I have is the weapon storage key, or weapon box key. I also have the lab key, and my trusty upgraded shotgun. That is because we are not without enemies. There are enemies in this area, and a very unique enemy that we're gonna see in this next particular room. Now this is another optional room. You do not have to go in here if you don't want to. So if you're trying to just finish the game as quickly as possible, you can skip this room. But for us, I do want to show off pretty much everything. And so we're gonna go in here, and we're gonna say hello to this big ugly. And that is a massive moth that is going to hop over my shotgun and attack me. Nice. Okay. And now it's dead. Huh. Okay, well that's the first time that moth has ever been able to actually hit me. And then it has its little larvae, or larva, or whatever it is, on the desk here. We're gonna get rid of it with a shotgun blast, which of course does not affect the computer. Don't worry about that. And we're gonna enter our username, which is guest, just like it is in the A scenario. Once we enter guest as our username, it is going to ask us to register our fingerprint to again access a optional area. But now let's get back to the actual areas we have to go to, because we need to find the power room key. And it is not too difficult to find. We're gonna dodge these little larvae. We're gonna grab this red herb up here, and then we're gonna head into the last room of the lab over here. Now, this room allows us to use the weapon box key, and that will give us the parts to upgrade our Magnum to the strongest weapon, basically in Leon's scenario. So yes, we're going to take the weapon upgrade kit here for the Magnum. The parts for the Magnum look like parts for a Magnum. Imagine that. Alright, and then you head into the lab, and we've got skinless zombies. We're not going to mess around with them. I'm just going to take out a couple of them with my shotgun, and then we're going to grab the item that we need in here, which is the power room key. Now again, with Claire, you have to do a lot more in this room, and that is to get the vaccine to save Sherry. But as Leon, we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, that is a pretty unique looking key. We are going to draw all the zombies there to the bottom of the room, and that will allow us to actually run around them without taking out those final 3. Save some ammo. Not that we need to. We're in pretty good shape at this point. Now we're going to head all the way back. So that now that we have the power room key, we need to head back to the elevator way at the top of the lab. But in the meantime, as I'm heading back there, I'm going to show off the optional room that we accessed with our fingerprint. And that will allow us to get one particular item. And it will also require us to kill 3 other lickers. It's not a great item, and that is the clip for the machine gun. So first of all, if you don't have the machine gun, there's no reason to go in there. And even if you have the machine gun, there's really no reason to go in there. Hello, Mr. Licker. Ow. Because all you get is a clip, and I don't really use the machine gun. The machine gun isn't that great, so I don't really need more machine gun ammo. But I do need a 10-inch Magnum. You know, there's nothing suggestive about that. Get your mind out of the gutters. But Leon now has a 10-incher. Anyway, I'm also going to grab these herbs. And then we will continue onward. Now, when we get to the top of the ladder over here, and we get back to the first part of the hallway, there will be some plants that have actually respawned. So we're going to make sure that we have our shotgun ready to take them out. Luckily, there is not another licker that's going to come pouncing on us from the ceiling. And luckily, this giant plant doesn't attack us either. It's just there for show. It doesn't care. It's like, hey, yeah, I'm just chilling. Don't worry about me. You got other stuff to worry about. So head back through here, and we will have 2 more plant enemies to take on. Now, if you're careful, you can actually just take out one of them. All we need to do is take out the one that is to our left, Leon's right. Okay. So since we killed it, we're gonna run past it. I might have actually killed the other one too, I don't know. I'm not gonna check. There's no reason to. Alright, so again, if you're not going to the optional room, you can head to the right here and continue to the elevator. But I am going to show off that extra room that we can access with our fingerprint. We're gonna waste, I don't know, 7 or so shotgun shells in order to get 1 clip for our machine gun. Because this is kind of unique, right? It requires you to go across both scenarios in order to access this room. You'd think there'd be something really awesome in here, but no, there isn't. Just some lickers. Oh crap. I like to go in the corner because that throws the other 2 lickers off in here. If you stay kind of where you are when you come through the doors, those lickers will actually come around the corner and attack you while you're killing that first one. Okay, here we go. So, if you remember the cinema from the A scenario, this is actually the room that Birkin was in when the special forces came in and stole the chemical by killing him. So, I mean, I guess that's unique. You get a chance to actually see that room. And here are the machine gun bullets. But beyond that, again, completely useless to come in here. So, I hope you enjoyed it. There you go. That's the special room with the failed experiments. So, let's continue onward. Let's get back to the actual stuff we have to do. And that means running all the way back to the elevator. So now that we have the power room key, we can access the room that we couldn't before, that we could access once we move that crate in the room down below. So if you haven't done the crate puzzle yet, you will have to move the crate right now once you get down there. Since we have done it, it is saved. It doesn't make you redo the crate part. And now we can access the power room with our special little key that we found. So let's head down. Or up. Whatever it is. Oh, it's up. Sorry. Now, luckily they didn't respawn enemies in this area, so we have nothing to worry about. We have a clean route to our power room.
You murdered my husband. I know what you're looking for. You came for the G-Virus, didn't you? But you'll never take it from me. This is my husband's legacy. Now, where's that spy you were working with earlier? You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You really don't know anything, do you? You're so gullible. She's one of the operatives sent here by the agency. The only reason why she came here is to obtain the G-Virus.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth. I discovered this when I did a background check on her. She specifically got close to John and became his girlfriend to get information about Umbrella.
That can't be. I know her. Ada wouldn't do something like that.
If you don't want to believe it, I don't really care. You're about to die anyway.
Hi there. So remember when I said nothing spawns? Well, that's not exactly true. We do get Mr. X. And of course we also get William Birkin's wife, who decides to shoot at our feet and tell us that Ada is apparently a double agent. Or not a double agent. Well, maybe a double agent. Ada is not who she seems. And Leon, of course, being the great judge of character that he is, after knowing Ada for, what, an hour, says, no, that can't possibly be true. She would never do something like that. I know her. Sure you do, Leon. Sure you do. But let's head into this power room and see what all the fuss is about. Getting this key and such.
Run!
Ada! Ada!
I love that she shoots him in the head.
Leon, please, escape.
No. We're a team. I can't just leave you behind.
I'm just a woman who fell in love with you. Nothing more.
Ada. No.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.